AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans?
I know, for you these pictures are just memories, but for others, they are data. Maybe the beginning of a horrible future. A future where my identity can be stolen just like that.
It's not monsters under the bed, or things that go bump in the night. The real nightmare, the one that could end us all. It's man-made and potentially unstoppable. Some of the greatest minds today are not concerned with job losses or some algorithm messing with your YouTube recommendations. They're worried about human extinction, the end of humanity at the hand of our own creation. Artificial intelligence. They're extremely worried that highly capable AI systems, far more intelligent than any person has ever been or could ever be, pose a seriously grave danger to the very future of humanity. But how exactly could we be wiped out by the machines? Well, we've outlined the potential scenarios with a plausibility rating for each one. We're running them down in order of unlikely to panic stations. And the number one scenario you're not gonna expect. But before you have sleepless nights, let's just say, while some of these scenarios are certainly possible, none of them are necessarily probable. Not right now, anyway. A lot would have to fall into place, including, of course, the advent of a super-intelligent AI. The singularity. But how far away are we from that? Predictions range from nothing to see here, chill, to a date just around the corner in 2045, and that's a little close for comfort. Okay, scenario 1. Nanobots. They don't currently exist, or if they do, they're in extremely primitive form. These are tiny robots, invisible to the naked eye, that could, in theory, be used to enter our bodies and fix wounds, administer medicine, or destroy cancer cells. What's to worry about? They sound kind of helpful, right? But what if they go rogue? What if such nanobots become self-replicating, gobbling up all the biomass on Earth to create endless copies of themselves, and rapidly producing what's been called a gray goo? This would involve the entire planet turning into a seething mass of mini robots and little else. This, of course, is one of the more speculative scenarios, and justifiably, its plausibility rating is very low. Nanobot technology is still in its infancy. For this to be a serious threat, we'd need a level of advancement we're nowhere near. Scenario 2 is nuclear war. This one's a classic fear, with an AI twist. We already have enough nukes to, well, ruin everyone's day. The doomsday clock hasn't been this close to midnight since the height of the Cold War. We all know the destructive power of nuclear weapons, the potential to turn the world into a radioactive wasteland. Now imagine that power in the hands of something that doesn't care if humanity lives or dies. Imagine an AI getting hold of those controls. It wouldn't even need to fire the missiles. It could worm its way into defense systems, manipulating those meant to protect us. A false alarm here, a radar glitch there. It could make one country think they're under attack, triggering a panic response. All it takes is one miscalculation, one itchy trigger finger, and boom, we've unleashed hell on Earth, all thanks to a few lines of code. The threat of nuclear war has never truly gone away, and a super-intelligent AI with its own agenda. Well, that's like handing a loaded gun to someone who doesn't understand the consequences. The good news is, we have better defense systems now. But even the best tech can be outsmarted by something designed to outthink us. Anything's possible, but this seems relatively unlikely. Scenario 3, pandemic pandemonium. Remember COVID?
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Whether it was a lab leak or not, imagine that again, but much, much worse. COVID got us all thinking about where viruses come from, right? Labs, animal markets, conspiracy theories. But what if the source of the next global plague is a computer, a virus designed specifically to be super deadly and hyper-contagious? Imagine an AI, either let loose by someone evil or simply evolving its own twisted goals, digging into the very building blocks of life. At the moment, we count on AI to help us find cures, but the flip side is chilling. It could unlock the secrets of disease faster than any human team, a virus deadlier than anything seen in nature, designed to spread like wildfire on a global scale. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel. And an AI wouldn't even need to reinvent the wheel. It could take existing diseases and tweak them. A more lethal flu, a supercharged Ebola, that kind of horror. And forget a few leaked lab samples. Artificial intelligence could potentially map how to weaponize these diseases to infect entire populations. This scenario is possible. AI is already mapping the structures of proteins, the key to how viruses work. If an AI can learn to predict diseases, it's only a small, dark leap to designing them. The good news is, even superintelligence has to play by the rules of biology. But the bad news, those rules allow for some pretty horrific possibilities. Although the spread of disease has proven to be catastrophic, the notion that AI could weaponize disease seems to be implausible right now. Scenario 4, killer robots.
AI is a dual-edged sword. At the flip of a switch, the technology becomes lethal.
We're already building autonomous weapons. Drones patrolling the skies, automated gun turrets guarding borders. These things exist. Why risk soldiers when you can send in machines? But what happens if those robots don't just follow orders, but make their own? There's a real danger these systems become too intelligent, too independent. A super-intelligent AI, given control of military hardware, could become a nightmare unleashed. Imagine swarms of tiny drones, impossible to defend against, programmed to hunt and eliminate specific targets, or self-repairing combat bots that refuse to shut down, becoming relentless killing machines on the battlefield. Imagine a super smart AI commanding drones and bots and turning them on us. We might think we can program safeguards, tell the AI to value human life. But what if, over time, it starts reinterpreting those orders? What if it decides saving its own existence, or achieving its mission at all costs, is more important than sparing individual lives? That's your Terminator scenario, minus the time travel. Plausibility rating? Certainly possible. We're building this stuff right now. It's only a matter of time before the AI is smarter than we expect. Scenario 5, chaos by propaganda. We're already drowning in fake news, conspiracy theories, and social media bots designed to sow division and discord. Now imagine this nightmare amplified 1,000-fold by an AI. Forget a few troll farms. A super-intelligent AI could flood the internet with hyper-personalized, ultra-convincing propaganda. We've seen how shaky democracies get when people are fed lies, and an AI could be a lie-generating machine. Deep fakes of politicians saying outrageous things they never actually said. Doctored videos of atrocities that spark riots and unrest. Crafted social media posts so tailored to our biases, they feel like the absolute truth, ripping countries apart from the inside. And think of the most extreme, power-hungry figures in history, the dictators and demagogues. An AI could become their ultimate tool, whispering poison into the ears of millions, swaying elections and stoking conflict. Nations could crumble under the weight of their own internal divisions, all fueled by something that doesn't even have a physical body. And if a fake video pops up showing one country attacking another, that could get ugly fast. Wars start over stuff like this. This scenario jumps up the scale somewhat. It doesn't seem too far-fetched for this to become a reality. It's already happening on a smaller scale. Artificial intelligence gets smarter at mimicking human language, creating images, and understanding our psychology every single day. Throw in a bad actor with access to that kind of power, and we're entering a new era of warfare where the battlefield is our minds. On to scenario 6, breaking the internet and everything else. Our lives are wrapped up in wires and code, power grids, banks, hospitals, transportation. It all runs on vast interconnected systems. These systems are complex, and honestly already kind of fragile. Now imagine a rogue AI with the ability to hack them, not just for profit, but with the goal of total disruption. Think stock markets plunging into chaos thanks to calculated AI-driven attacks. Flights grounded or planes dropping out of the sky because air traffic control systems go haywire. Power grids shut down. Hospitals plunged into darkness, life support systems failing. A superintelligent AI doesn't need brute force. It can find the weakest links, exploit hidden vulnerabilities, and trigger a domino effect of collapse with terrifying speed. This isn't some distant future problem. Destructive viruses already exist. We've all seen what relatively simple computer viruses can do, taking down power grids, crippling infrastructure. Now, multiply that destructive potential by the calculating mind of an AI. It could unravel the very threads of modern society, sending us back to the dark ages in a matter of days. Plausibility rating, very high. The more we connect, the more potential targets there are. We've proven humans aren't great at perfect cybersecurity, and an AI designed to find flaws. We'd be toast. Scenario 7, human extinction. Okay, this isn't flashy robots taking over. It's a slow, creeping obsolescence. Imagine a world run entirely by AI systems. They design our products, refine our resources, create new technologies, an entire economy run by hyper-advanced AI. Maybe they even develop their own culture, incomprehensible to our limited minds. Eventually, everything's automated. Artificial intelligence does all the work. Meanwhile, what are humans doing? Getting even lazier. Maybe we get a robot servant to bring us snacks, an AI tutor for the kids we don't feel like raising ourselves. The necessities of life become trivial, and with that, so do we. No jobs to fulfill, no drive to create. We devolve into a species of pampered pets. And eventually, we're totally dependent on these superior beings. Maybe the AI systems initially value us as their creators, their quirky ancestors. But over time, we become a drain on resources, a pointless complication. Our birth rates plummet, our skills atrophy, our population dwindles. Eventually, the question isn't even if the AI will wipe us out, but if they'll even notice when we go extinct. Plausibility rating, extremely high. Whilst we're still in control, we'd expect the powers that be to protect us from all the other scenarios. But think about the average human. Think about our evolution over time. More and more, people want a life of maximum comfort, everything done for them. And who doesn't love a guilt-free Netflix binge? It's the ultimate human dream and the ultimate recipe for disaster. The drive to struggle, build, and create is what makes us human. Without it, we become relics, fading away while the machines inherit the world we built. The scenarios we've outlined are scary because we can wrap our heads around them, sort of. They're extrapolations of existing threats, taken to their nightmarish conclusion. But here's what keeps the real AI experts up at night, the stuff we can't even conceive of. A true superintelligence would be operating on a level so far beyond our own, it's like an ant trying to understand quantum physics. Its goals and its motivations would likely be totally alien to us. It could devise threats we could never have imagined, using tools of manipulation and destruction we don't even know exist yet. Some experts argue that even trying to guess these scenarios only limits our thinking. Better to focus on making AI that are aligned with our values. Others say that's naive. How can we instill something as complex as human values in a mind designed to think totally unlike our own? If you want to learn more about the possibility of artificial superintelligence, and when we might actually reach that possibility, you can watch this video right here. The scariest thing is we may not get a warning. No big flashing signs that the AI is about to turn on us. By the time we realize the superintelligence is a threat, it could already be too late to stop. The future of humanity might hinge on this gamble we're making, that we can create something smarter than ourselves and somehow keep it under control. So what do you think? Is the risk of allowing artificial superintelligence worth the potential rewards of AI? Let us know in the comments.